So, welcome back. I hope you guys had an enjoyable spring break. This form is for sign-ins. There's a tiny URL over there on the board too. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and do that at some point today.
Should officers sign in?
Yes.
Everyone was eating pizza.
Okay, can someone hit that?
Wait, it's turning on.
I did.
You do it. Just say something.
Okay, yeah, anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Again. Appreciate it. Alright, so a quick little winter recap. We had a bunch of different socials. You guys made some crazy progress on your projects, so congratulations. GB Olympics 1 and 2, and lots of different GB events, and of course taking dubs in IEEE Dodgeball. So that was awesome. I hope you guys had a lot of fun, and there's plenty more to come in spring. But first, before we go into all of that, we're going to cover your projects and their capstones. So starting off with ops.
Hey guys, it's Miriam and Eli again, back at it with the ops. Woo!
We had a great winter quarter, very busy, but we're still finishing things up. We'll have lecture 8 this next Wednesday. It's actually 8 3/4. It is wizard themed. And we also have an amazing Gameduino competition that is Chuck E. Cheese themed. And that's all going to be next Wednesday on the 12th at 6 p.m. And we're going to be showing off our outstanding games, taking our own arcade.
Alright, and then after ops lecture 8 3/4, we're going to go on to lecture 10. I know it's kind of a jump, we're skipping 9, just like Apple the iPhone. Then we're going to jump into the capstone. That's just 2 more lectures before this infamous capstone. The capstone is capstone themed. More on that later. We're super excited to see what you guys have for Gameduino and for the capstone. So just get your heads up in the game. So, all right, that's it from us. This one, yeah.
Alright. Hi everyone.
Hello, hello. We are going into spring quarter now. You all have spent so much time on your designs, and the boards have finally come in. All the parts have finally come in, and now we're going into spring quarter, and it's time to start putting everything together.
And just kind of as our main capstone sort of showcase for the end of the project, All America Micro Mouse is this Memorial Day weekend. Show off your mouse designs, fight for glory and for prizes, and pull up to watch our teams destroy all the other schools that come up.
Hello everyone, your friendly neighborhood Pocket Racers leads here, and yeah, so, first things first. Okay, second things second, the Grand Prix, Saturday, May 20th, it's going to be week 7-ish. This is going to be where people actually race the cars, which we've totally been working on so far. We'll get started on those soon. Details to follow. And yeah, we'll find out if we are in fact ground copter.
Yeah. So this quarter, we finally have the track. We can actually start working on some Pocket Racer stuff, putting together the Raspberry Pi stuff we know and the machine learning stuff we learned, and finally get something working. We're not going to have very many lectures, if any. We'll hash this out.
Yeah.
At some point.
More likely going to be just a bunch of work sessions,
Yeah.
maybe workshop style,
where
we teach you stuff at the work session, but we'll see.
Yeah, so we're going to be making some leaps and bounds in Pocket Racer progress.
Yeah. Well, there's a question.
Yeah, if ground truth is better than air truth, why isn't ground copter better than air copter?
It is, that's why we're here.
Alright, hello everyone. So this last quarter we finished all of the lectures that you need to do your capstone project. So this quarter everything's going to be centered around preparing for Davioki, which is our end of the year sort of capstone event. If you're working on your own arcade game, we'll have a bunch of games out at Davioki. If not, you're making a digital audio visualizer, so when we're doing karaoke, you'll get to see all the fancy colors on the VGAs. It'll be a great time. That date, exact date, has not been decided. It's either going to be probably Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of week 9. And then up until that, we're just going to be doing track-based workshops to try to help you get on pace for your capstone and add any cool features that you might want to. The other important thing this quarter is we're going to have a guest lecture week 8. The first half of it is going to be like a professor who uses FPGAs in research, and the second half will be someone in industry who works with FPGAs or in digital design, talking a little bit about like career opportunities and answering questions. And then the last announcement we have, I don't know how many of you are actually in DAV here, but if you are and you're interested in being DAV lead, if you're considering it at all, please go for it or reach out and ask any questions. Worst thing that can happen is you don't get it, but you still get like, technical interview experience. You earn mine and Tim's respect, even more than you already have. And best case, you get to lead a very epic project. So that's all I have for today.
Hello everyone. Where's Ron? Ron's on tour right now. His solo rap career took off.
Oh.
I feel in for Ron team. No. Alright, welcome to rap. We've done all our hardware and most of our software, actually most of our hardware and most of our software, and now we're just putting it all together. Next slide.
He's a software guy.
Technology. This is an example of rap. Yeah, so Capstone, after we finish everything, we'll have some event called Rapping with Rap, where exactly what it sounds like. And then we'll probably do some field testing where we go around LA and test our project. You might just get food, but yeah. That's that. Thank you.
Hello. I won't spoil the projects coming up, but there's some pretty cool stuff in store on Project Showcase. This guy built a working radar gun, and it's kind of insane. We've had a new project join us this past quarter as well. It doesn't have a name yet, so I've been calling it Tall BB-8. It's basically gonna roll around on a 30-centimeter diameter aluminum sphere and balance itself and move around with this. And of course, Bibimbot is still in the works. So I will leave it to the students to present at the Project Showcase, which you will hear more about in a second. And hopefully you all can get inspired to do your own SPR project next year.
Hello, I'm Jessica.
This quarter, as you can see from the emojis, if you want to go next slide, we are exploring a bunch of really cool and interesting subfields of EE, kind of going into circuits where you'll learn LT Spice, how to simulate circuits, wireless comms, also good if you want to do rap. Next slide.
We'll also be doing medical devices where I'll talk a little bit about my research, and also we'll prepare you to make your own projects in the summer by giving you an advanced Arduino workshop. Okay, next.
So, remember when Tyler was talking about Project Showcase?
Yes!
No response, okay. It's going to be June 3rd. It's going to be your opportunity to show off what you guys done this quarter and this entire year. And it's going to be held in like the big fancy Hmong auditorium, the one that has like all the fancy tables and like the laser cut ones and zeros and such. It's going to be attended by industry and professors, us, and your fellow classmates, and it's something that we want to encourage so that way you guys have a place to be proud of your work to everyone else.
Yeah, so you guys have been at Project Info Session and all these GMs, you've listened to us talking about the projects, but this is really your time to talk about all the stuff that you've done this year. And so that's kind of what makes this event different and exciting. So definitely come out to it to show what you've done and also to see what your peers have done, because everyone's really accomplished a lot of great things this year. So yeah, anyone who's not been a member of a project this year, be able to come and show off their project in our open gallery. And then we'll also have an opportunity to do some technical talks from sort of the top students of each project. So something like, I don't know, the winners of AAMC or the Grand Prix or whatever that's called. That'll be up, you'll work with your leads, but so you'll have an opportunity to kind of go more in depth and do a talk as well. And there'll be food, so make sure to come out.
Star. Hello everyone. My name is Ryan.
That's
So for winter quarter, we had Idea Hacks was a really good event for us because it was the first time we had community colleges compete, and they all really loved it and they want to come back next year. So it was really good. We also had a SWE event where we basically showcased our project to a lot of Girl Scouts in the LA area, which was pretty nice. Spring quarter is actually a really busy quarter for us in terms of outreach. We got 3 elementary school science fairs, community college workshops are coming back. Any of you guys that are in the outreach channel or the outreach, the outreach channel on the Discord can like find all these announcements there because I'm posting them. We're also gonna have a sustainability fair that we're gonna go to hopefully in week 4. Next week, Monday, 6 p.m. in the IEEE lab, we're collaborating with REA, which is the Renewable Energy Association, and we're gonna do like an e-waste social. So definitely be there if you wanna just like hang out with us and the REA people as well. And yeah, this quarter is going to be interesting because we're going to be transitioning into the new outreach coordinator, or maybe multiple, we'll see.
Ro did not read that.
Yeah.
There are 2 outreach coordinators. So, you know, if you are interested in, you know, what I've done this past year in terms of serving the community and working with community college students and honestly just students from around the country in terms of IEEE stuff, definitely consider applying and running for this position because it's really fulfilling and I've definitely had a really good time.
All right, so next we have corporate and career prep sessions. I am not Taylor Kawate, but I will be doing this live right now. Okay, fall quarter, Intel, Texas Instruments, Keysight Technologies. Winter quarter, Marvell Info Session, Liquid Instruments, workshop, and spring quarter. There's a potential IoT hackathon, and he's got lots of stuff in the works. There we go. All right. So now, socials. Putting the fun in IEEE. You guys notice the weather getting warmer? It's supposed to hit 80 later this week, and when it gets that hot, where do you guys go in LA? I'll take it. That's right. Okay, I don't know why you said that. Is what I was going for, and that's where we will be going soon. So more details to come on a UCLA x USC Beach social. We had some incredible events this year, last year, whether you came and grilled with us at KBBQ, whether you scaled the walls in the dark at Cliffs of It, or whether you caught some free boba at the Professor Picnic. Speaking of which, there will be more to come on that. I hope you guys had an incredible time at all of the socials this year. There will be more this upcoming quarter. Achintya will talk a bit about this in the upcoming slides, but exec elections are week 3, so then the new IVP will transition, and I'm sure they'll have incredible stuff planned for you guys. Alrighty. Off to you.
Yeah, okay. I know this is why you're here. You have your capstones, and none of you care because you've been in the project all year. You're like, I'm done. What's the next project? But joining board, now this is spicy. All right. So my first question. Oh, that's not my first question. First thing for you is that board info night. If you weren't there, slides are linked here, so you can look at them, like however long you want, and then. Simple division. The board is actually made of 3 parts: executive board, administrative board, and projects board. So if you didn't know that already, hopefully you just heard me say that. Okay. Damn, that really got messed up there. But the board. One question for all of you: how many positions are there? A lot. No, I want an exact number.
At least 2.
He's not wrong. You're all counting. How did you not know?
I think 28.
All right, whoever said that is right. There are 28 positions because now there are 2 outreach coordinators. So these are all positions you can run for. Well, with like caveats, but there are 28 positions on next year's board. So let's get into it. First of all, how do you vote at the elections? So one, you have to be qualified. So there's 3 criteria. One is that you're either a current or previous officer. 2 is that you're a current or previous member of a project. And 3 is that you're a current member of general board. So if you meet any of these criteria, you're eligible to vote. You can come to the election even if you're not eligible to vote, but we will check if you have this eligibility criteria when you register. So the way you register is you go to the link in step 2, fill that out. It doesn't take very long. I think it's just your name and like which of the criteria you meet, and then make sure to submit that more than 24 hours before each election. So when will those elections be? Never mind. Sorry, we're getting to that. The application process. So step 1, you have to be qualified. Once again, it's the same qualification criteria. And then step 2, fill out the officer application. So the officer application will be opened after this general meeting. It'll be at a link that I'll show later. And what you're gonna want to do is go through this. Make sure you select all the apply for every position you want. You can apply to at most 1 admin position or 1 exec position, but you can apply to as many project support positions as you would like. Does that make sense? Is that clear? As many projects as you'd like. Even if you apply to admin, you can still apply to as many projects as you want, as long as you don't get that like admin position. Once you get the admin position, you have to take it. You can't just like say no and then go to a project position. Okay. And then yeah, the exec board is limited to only current officers, but EVPs can recommend people that like were current what's it called, committee leads. So if you were somehow a committee lead and you were an officer, then you have a shot too. Yeah, and of the project board, you can run for any position, but PLM and R&D require that you were a previous project lead, just because in the past we've seen that previous project leads understand those are better to manage all the projects than you can come in with no experience. Okay. Feel free to ask questions at any point during this, because there's a lot of text. Okay, so as I said, elections. How the elections will work. Executive board elections will go in this way. So each exec candidate will get 8 minutes to present their vision for the club. Then you'll get a 15-minute Q&A. So if you come to the election, you can ask any question you want during this time. Same thing for admin, just with shorter time slots. And a very important point, if you're hoping to vote, you must be at the election for the entire time. If you leave halfway through, you can only vote for candidates that presented in that first half. Does that make sense? You cannot vote for candidates if you leave partway through the election. So the elections will be at 6:30. If you have some commitment at like 8, then you'll only be able to vote for anyone that goes before 8. Question?
Do you have to fill out the form too, like the day before the election?
Yeah, so you only have to register once, but you have to fill out the registration to vote the day before. If you're voting an exec, you have to fill out the form to vote for exec, or just the registration to vote is just one form. You have to fill it out before exec. And once you've done that, you can also vote for admin. There will be a checkbox that says which ones are you attending. You can just click exec, admin, or vote. Okay. Then, project officer interviews will be conducted by the PLMs. They will be, once you submit your officer application, after the due date, they will go through and set up interview time slots based on your availability. So just look out for that. That'll be week 5 and 6, so you don't have to worry about your timing there yet, but you have to submit by the deadline, which I will show too. Those interviews will just be like an hour long. There will be the PLMs, your current project leads, and the next president and previous project leads, if they want to come, will be there to sit in on your interview. Important dates. I don't know why this keeps getting cut off, because when I put it on there, it looked fine. But important. This is very important. So executive board elections, even if you're not running, it's very important to come to these because you're basically selecting like what the club is going to look like for the next year. So executive board elections will be Monday, April 17th, which means the deadline to apply to become an exec will be 2 days before. So the Saturday before that Monday at midnight, you have to have submitted your application by then, because a packet will come out on Sunday that will give you an outline of everyone that is running and all of the responses. Same thing for admin. The deadline will be Saturday, April 22nd, and the election will be Monday, April 24th. So that's week 4. So exec is week 3 Monday, admin is week 4 Monday. So just keep that ingrained, burned in, week 3, week 4. If you're running or you're voting, make sure to come out to these. And then, yeah, they will be 6:30 p.m. in this room. So just remember this room and you're good. Finally, projects board application deadline will be the Thursday of week 4, also at midnight. Sorry, I got cut off, but it will be in the slides. and just make sure you submit. So that's the Monday will be admin, and then literally like 3 days after, you're gonna submit your project or application. So like, let's say you run for admin, you don't get something, then which you will be told at each election, you'll be told that night whether you got the position. So you could potentially, if you didn't get admin, you could run for projects afterward if it's a hinging decision. However, you cannot do something like run for projects and then run for admin, because obviously you can't. Well, unless some of you made a time machine, you can't go back in time. Alright.
Projects.
Yeah, David probably has a time machine, but I'm assuming he doesn't want to run for admin. Okay, so any questions on the deadlines? Okay. Finally, yeah, so as I said, the elections document will have all the details about what every position does, the dates for everything, where to the registration form, the application form to become an officer. So that's all in this packet. So this tiny URL you definitely want to pull up on your phone like right now, or look at slides afterward for. It'll have all the details you care about. So I'm gonna leave that up there. It's just IEEE election 23. I think that's all the slides that I have for this book. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask them now, because this process could be very confusing. I just talked a lot through it. Or if you have any questions about the process, oh, your question?
I just want to add something. Like, I know there's something in the winter where we like talk about our positions, but definitely feel free to reach out to any of us regarding any of our positions on Discord or, yeah, I was just gonna say Discord, because I know like sometimes like an actual conversation might help with understanding what the role is about. So definitely don't be shy to like ask. Ask a lot of questions if you want to know.
We'll just add on to that also. If you're planning on running for a project, like I'm sure your leads would really appreciate knowing ahead of time that you're interested. At least I would for DAV. So don't just apply. Even you can just apply, but like also let us know ahead of time. It's just helpful. That way we can talk about it. You know, make sure you're more comfortable going in, and just so we have an idea of who's interested.
Yeah. That being said, you can also literally apply at 11:58 p.m. but like, it's just like okay. It's nice to know ahead. Okay, so does everyone get it that wants the election link? Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions at all about the process, make sure to reach out to me. I'm very fast to respond on Discord. If you have any questions about the positions themselves that you're running for, make sure to run out to the current officer, because they want, I mean, obviously they want their position filled by someone else. Otherwise they'd have to stay for another year. Yeah, Nathan definitely. Okay, so yeah, please run. It's a lot of fun. Like you can see the amount of fun we have up here. You can be a part of it. We have a lot of fun outside of this room too, but like mainly you see it here. And if you don't run, the lab can't stay open. So like, if you love soldering, you want to become an officer. Okay. Oh yeah, more links. If you want to apply, you don't have to pull this up right now. So if you want to, big slide, but register to vote and make sure to apply. So these are the two links. These will be in the slides that are coming out. Very important, and it should be pretty easy to understand. They all look like the same format. All right, Rasisha.
Thank you. So again, these slides will be posted after the meeting, so you guys can access all of those links. Sorry. But yeah, please join board if you're even thinking about it. Just please run. It's an incredible experience. We all love it very much, and we love to have you guys. So upcoming events, be there or be circle. Tomorrow, ASME IEEE's Arts and Hobby Social. There will be free boba there, so please go ahead and RSVP at this QR code. And we hope to see you there, 7 to 9. There will be like Greek origami, lion dance, tote bag decorating. It'll be a really fun time. Get to meet new people, learn some new hobbies, and get some free food. What more could you want? So I'll pull up this QR code later again if anyone wants it. And then also, IEEE Sui and Watt are holding a mocktail mixer X networking night. That's Thursday, April 13th, so that's next week. And that'll be, that should be 6 to 8 p.m. Sorry, I'll fix that. In the CNSI lobby. So if you're interested in networking with companies like Northrop Grumman or Qualcomm, interacting with faculty or grad students, definitely come through, network with your peers, build some cool connections. You know, you never know when that could land you an opportunity in the future. And there will be free food, as always. So definitely come through to that. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming out to our spring GM. Okay, one last thing. Over here, Nathan N. is holding our very drippy, very incredible awesome bucket hats that you can see some of our officers wearing. If you want these, pull up. No, $18 to UCLA at UCLA IEEE and get a bucket hat.
Guaranteed to increase your risk.
That's true.
So true.
It's statistically proven.
Can I get my money back if I don't get a girlfriend afterwards?
You're not really responsible for that part, but your risk will increase. I just can't guarantee by how much.
I mean, if you're already
So go ahead and follow us to